5 more maritime mysteries. 1. The H.L. Hunley, the Confederate submarine that disappeared. The H.L. Hunley was the first combat submarine to successfully sink an enemy warship, marking a pivotal moment in naval history. Built by the Confederacy during the American Civil War, the Hunley was intended to break the Union blockade strangling southern ports. Despite its groundbreaking achievement, the Hunley vanished under mysterious circumstances after its mission, becoming an enduring maritime mystery. Facts and theories. On the night of February 17, 1864, the H.L. Hunley launched its attack on the USS Housatonic, a Union blockade ship off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. The submarine, manned by an 8-man crew, carried a 135-pound torpedo attached to a long spar at its bow. Approaching under the cover of darkness, the Hunley rammed the torpedo into the side of the Housatonic, causing a massive explosion that sank the Union vessel in minutes. The success, however, was short-lived. After signaling with a blue light, indicating a successful mission to shore, the Hunley vanished without a trace. For over a century, its fate remained a mystery, and many theories arose regarding the vessel's disappearance. When the H.L. Hunley was finally discovered in 1995, buried beneath 30 feet of water and sand, it was astonishingly well preserved. The subsequent excavation and study revealed that the crew had remained seated at their stations, suggesting that death had come suddenly and without warning. Theories abound regarding what led to the crew's demise. 1. Blast shockwave. One leading theory is that the force of the explosion from the torpedo might have caused a concussive wave that incapacitated or killed the crew instantly. Modern testing on the recovered vessel supports this theory, indicating that the blast could have generated a shockwave sufficient to cause traumatic brain injuries. 2. Carbon dioxide poisoning. Another theory suggests that the crew might have suffocated due to a lack of oxygen or buildup of carbon dioxide. The Hunley's design required manual operation of a hand crank system, and the vessel had limited air supply, making this a plausible explanation. 3. Hull breach or flooding. It's possible that the submarine sustained damage during the explosion or hit debris, leading to slow flooding that eventually caused it to sink. Despite extensive research, the exact cause of the Hunley's loss remains a mystery. The vessel is now preserved in Charleston, South Carolina, and continues to provide clues as researchers unravel its secrets. 2. The Gjøa, conquering the Northwest Passage. The Gjøa, a small 70-foot fishing vessel, became the first ship to navigate the treacherous Northwest Passage, an icy and perilous route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Arctic. In 1903, Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen set sail aboard the Gjøa, embarking on an expedition that would finally conquer one of history's most elusive maritime challenges. Facts and theories. Amundsen's journey aboard the Gjøa began in Oslo, Norway, with a crew of just 6 men. Unlike previous expeditions that sought to force their way through the ice, Amundsen chose to sail a smaller vessel that could maneuver through narrow channels and frozen waters. The Gjøa was reinforced with extra beams and coated with a protective layer to withstand the harsh Arctic conditions. After battling ice, storms, and freezing temperatures for 2 years, the Gjøa became the first vessel to navigate the Northwest Passage. Amundsen spent much of the journey studying the Arctic, learning survival skills from the local Inuit communities, and mapping uncharted territories. He collected scientific data on magnetism, the aurora borealis, and Arctic wildlife, which proved invaluable to future explorers. Theories about why the Gjøa succeeded where others failed include Amundsen's choice of a small, agile vessel, his decision to spend winters in protected harbors, and his willingness to learn from indigenous peoples. The Gjøa finally completed the passage in 1906, reaching Nome, Alaska. This achievement not only cemented Amundsen's place in history, but also opened the door to future exploration of the Arctic. Today, the Gjøa is preserved at the Fram Museum in Oslo, Norway, a testament to human endurance and ingenuity in the face of one of history's greatest maritime challenges. 3. The Golden Hind, Sir Francis Drake's legendary voyage. The Golden Hind was the flagship of Sir Francis Drake, the English privateer and explorer who circumnavigated the globe between 1577 and 1580. This remarkable voyage not only secured Drake's reputation but also brought back immense wealth, significantly bolstering England's treasury and challenging Spain's dominance over the seas. Facts and theories. Originally named the Pelican, Drake rechristened his vessel as the Golden Hind during the voyage in honor of his patron, Sir Christopher Hatton, whose family crest featured a golden hind, a female deer. The Golden Hind set sail with a fleet of 5 ships, but by the time it entered the Pacific Ocean, only the Golden Hind remained. Drake's journey was filled with peril and intrigue. He became the first Englishman to navigate the treacherous waters of the Strait of Magellan, and he captured vast treasures from Spanish ships along the western coast of South America, including a legendary haul of gold, silver, and precious gems. One of the most astonishing captures was the Nuestra Señora de la Concepción, a Spanish treasure galleon, whose cargo alone was worth more than twice the annual income of the English crown. Theories about Drake's exact route have puzzled historians for centuries, particularly his navigation along the North American coast. Some claim he sailed as far north as Alaska, while others argue he reached present-day Oregon or California. Drake kept detailed logs, but upon returning to England, Queen Elizabeth I ordered them sealed and kept secret to protect Drake's findings and claims against Spanish challenges. The Golden Hind returned to England in 1580, and Drake became the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe, knighted by the Queen for his achievements. The ship itself became a symbol of English maritime prowess and was kept on display along the River Thames for nearly 100 years before eventually decaying. 4. The Santa Maria, Columbus's flagship. The Santa Maria was the largest of the 3 ships used by Christopher Columbus during his historic voyage to the New World in 1492. Although it is widely celebrated as one of the vessels that discovered America, its story ended abruptly when it ran aground in the Caribbean on Christmas Day of the same year. Facts and theories. The Santa Maria was a relatively small carrack, approximately 70 feet long, and was not intended for long transatlantic journeys. Nevertheless, it served as Columbus's flagship as he led the Nina and the Pinta across the Atlantic. On October 12, 1492, after more than 2 months at sea, Columbus and his crew sighted land, marking the beginning of European exploration and colonization of the Americas. Tragically, the Santa Maria met its end just 2 months later when it struck a coral reef off the coast of present-day Haiti. Columbus, who had retired to his cabin for the night, was alerted to the danger too late. Despite efforts to free the ship, it was irreparably damaged, and Columbus ordered its remains to be stripped and used to build a fort, named La Navidad, which became the first European settlement in the New World. Over the centuries, various expeditions have attempted to locate the wreck of the Santa Maria, but no definitive evidence has been found. Theories suggest that the remains may have been buried by shifting sands or destroyed by subsequent storms, leaving one of history's most famous ships shrouded in mystery. 5. The HMS Victory, Britain's naval icon. The HMS Victory is best known as the flagship of Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson during the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, one of the most decisive naval battles in British history. It was a vessel that embodied the might of the Royal Navy, and its role in ensuring British naval supremacy is legendary. Facts and theories. The HMS Victory was launched in 1765 and served for several decades before becoming Nelson's flagship at Trafalgar. Measuring 227 feet in length and armed with 104 guns, it was one of the most formidable warships of its time. The Battle of Trafalgar saw the Victory leading the British fleet against the combined forces of France and Spain, securing a decisive victory that ensured British naval dominance for the next century. Nelson was fatally wounded during the battle, but his strategic genius and leadership aboard the Victory remain etched in history. The ship sustained heavy damage, with nearly 60 of its crew killed and 100 wounded, yet it emerged triumphant, capturing or destroying 22 enemy ships without losing a single British vessel. Despite its fame, the HMS Victory holds other mysteries. It was discovered in 2008 that another HMS Victory, a predecessor to Nelson's flagship, had sunk off the coast of England in 1744 with a vast amount of treasure aboard. This earlier HMS Victory carried over 1,000 sailors and was considered the most heavily armed ship in the Royal Navy at the time. It disappeared in a storm, and its wreck was only located in the English Channel over 250 years later. Speculation arose about the cause of its sinking, with theories ranging from navigational errors to damage sustained during previous engagements. As for Nelson's HMS Victory, after the Battle of Trafalgar, it continued to serve the Royal Navy, though its days of active combat were over. By 1812, the ship was retired from active service and became a stationary flagship for the Port Admiral at Portsmouth. It suffered damage over the years due to neglect and exposure to the elements, but the ship was eventually restored and preserved as a symbol of British naval heritage. Today, it is docked at Portsmouth Historic Dockyard, where it stands as the oldest commissioned warship in the world still in existence, serving as a museum and a tribute to the golden age of British naval power. Conclusion. These 5 legendary vessels, the H.L. Hunley, Gjøa, Golden Hind, Santa Maria, and HMS Victory, represent more than just maritime achievements. They are symbols of human courage, innovation, and the unyielding quest for discovery and dominance on the seas. Each ship tells a story of exploration, warfare, and the indomitable spirit of those who dared to sail into the unknown. Their legacies, filled with triumphs, mysteries, and untold stories, continue to capture our imagination and offer a window into the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history's most remarkable ships. If you enjoyed this deep dive into maritime mysteries, please like and subscribe for more explorations into the world's most fascinating stories.